Good morning, friends. It's Saturday, and this video is a very short one, but it's important for my runners and really all of us. It's going to focus on mobility and strengthening of the foot and toes specifically. If you think about it, our feet are our foundation, and a lot of the problems that runners and athletes have or pain comes from having an unstable foundation in the feet because, well, for a lot of reasons, because we've been wearing shoes for too long, or our gait is not totally efficient. So I'm hoping that some of the drills, I have allergies, I might sneeze here in a minute. Oh, the joys of live. Some of these drills done regularly can help alleviate some of that pain. And I was planning to do feet before I actually started having some foot pain this week. I think I diagnosed it on Google Doctor last night, but I may have to modify some of these moves on my right side. Anyway, I hope that this is helpful to you, and you may not see results right away, but I do really believe that doing these drills before or after workouts or running as regularly as you can really help alleviate any kind of pain that you might be having in the feet and the legs. So we will start standing. I'm going to get you guys up on my window and we'll get going. So this is a short one. Again, we're just going to do a couple very specific to the foot drills, foot and toes. So there you are, propped up on the window. And we're going to start standing in mountain pose, just like in yoga. So take your feet about hip distance apart. For many of us, that's about 2 fists, but you should feel it, about 2 fists apart, hips or feet right underneath your hips. Bend your knees a little bit and then close your eyes. Let's see who's here. Hey, Renza. This is just a quick foot mobility and strength video. So we're starting with our feet about hip distance apart. Bending the knees slightly, close your eyes. And then from here, just kind of start to rock front to back and see what you notice. You can come all the way up onto the ball of the foot, all the way back onto heel, so that the front and back part of the foot are lifting up. As you do this, keep a slight bend in your knees, and you may feel the feet working quite a bit. I forgot to say, if you have your shoes on, go ahead and take them off. We want bare feet for this. Okay, pause kind of in the center now so that you're pressing down into the whole foot. So see if you can do that to connect with the ground from toes to heel. Now, most of us will have kind of a natural arch in the foot, and that part, we're not trying to press that part down. We're just trying to press the whole foot into the earth, and a natural arch should kind of appear. You guys feel it? Okay. Next task is to release the toes. So lift the toes up as much as you can, as high as you can, and as far apart from one another as you can. Another thing that tends to happen when we're barefoot is we kind of grip the earth with our toes, but we don't need to do that to feel firm and strong in the ground. So my toes are up, but I still feel very firmly planted to my place right here. So really press down with your feet, but lift your toes and spread them wide. Next up, set the baby toes, all 4 of the smaller toes down. Keep that thumb toe lifted up as much as you can. Good, really work for it. Lift the big toe. And relax. We're going to switch now. The big toe will press down into the ground. The little toes will lift and spread apart. Spread them, spread them. Toes lifting, spreading apart from one another, except that big toe pressing down into the ground. and relax. Our last standing toe drill, lift all the toes up, separate them as wide as you can, and start from the pinky and work your way in to set one toe down at a time. Very good. If you find you're having trouble separating the toes from one another, or a couple toes are going down together, just practice this. We want to, as we get older, maintain kind of an individual aspect to each toe, but we tend to lose it the longer that we continue to wear shoes, which for most of us is most of our lives. Okay, now we'll come down to a seated position. Pick a foot to start with, so I'm going to start on the left and just kind of come to a figure 4 position. You can have the bottom leg straight out like me, or you can bend it up to you more like a figure 4 stretch. But if you're doing the left foot, we're going to take the right hand and slide a set of fingers in between each set of toes, so that that bottom knuckle of the finger is kind of in between the toes. And what we're doing here is continuing to separate them apart from one another, but we're also going to take the foot around in circles. So the hand is serving to act as kind of a rotator. And so really press into the foot at the top here so that you get some good flexion, and then roll it around in a circle, maybe pausing wherever that stretch feels good. Working on eversion and inversion and pointing and flexing around. So use the foot to kind of drive this as much as you can, but use a little bit of pressure with the hand to get you farther than your foot can on its own. A couple times around, and we'll switch directions. Make sure you're still trying to actively keep the toes separated. And you'll feel them kind of grip. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but it's good. It's good. Okay, let's switch feet. So take the fingers of the left hand, slide them in between the toes of the right foot. Let them spread apart. Good, and now we'll start our circles on this side. So really, again, press with your hand to add to the work of the foot. So drive it and start it all with the foot. I've got some cracks going on here, but then add to it with a little bit of pressure from your hand. Taking care of our foundation. Almost a quarter of our bones are in our feet, so it's important to take care of them. Switch directions on the rotating. Couple more times around. Good job. It's weird, but it's good for us. Weightlifting. People who wear kind of constricting shoes all day. So if you're a fan of high heels or things like that. One more time, and we'll switch. Okay, let's go back to the foot that you started on. We're gonna kind of go back to the toe drills, but with a little help from the hand. So with your index finger assisting, we'll start the movement, lift the big toe up off of the ground as high as you can, and then use the index finger to help pull it up a little bit more. Try to keep the 4 little toes down to the ground as you lift the big toe up. And then press into your finger with the big toe to get it down. So the finger is kind of acting as a little bit of resistance as you press it down. Lift up again, and then press down with the toe. Let's do this 5 times. So lift the toe, then use the finger to pull it a little bit more for a little stretch. Press the finger down to the earth, and lift the toe. 2 more times. Lift, press, lift the toe, and press. Okay, other foot. So foot is flat, big toe lifts. Index finger helps to pull it up a little bit. Press down with the toe and lift. Come on, toe. Well, this is the foot I've been having trouble with. Lift, press down. Lift the toe. You guys, there it is. Press down. Lift the toe. Press down. One more. Lift. And press down. Okay, we've got one more series here. I'm going to do this one the best I can. This is the position that kind of bothers my feet, or my right foot, so I may not be able to do it fully, but I want to show you. So we're going to come around to hands and knees, tuck the toes under in the back, and then use your hands to press your hips back over your heels while your toes stay digging in. So it feels okay to me, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. It'll feel a little bit uncomfortable, maybe like a pretty intense stretch through the toes and up around the ball of the foot, but it's really good toe stretch here. So press into your hands to send your weight back into the foot. And then very carefully and slowly you can press up to actually sit your weight back onto your heels right here. Take a couple deep breaths. Make sure your toes stay tucked. One more. And rock back forward. Untuck the toes. Take the tops of the feet flat to the mat and just kind of pound them out a little bit. And then we'll kick ourselves around. Kick your feet out in front of you, windshield wiper them side to side. And then spread your toes out as much as you can again. Give them a nice little wiggle. And that's it for the toe drill. So just a reminder, these are great to do before or after a workout, before or after a run. Lots of places that you can do this. It's really important for all of us, even if you're not specifically a runner or consider yourself an athlete. Anyone who wears shoes should be doing these drills. So good luck. Now you've got a video to reference, but it's a short enough routine that maybe you can just have it memorized. See you guys next time. Bye.